Get ready with me while I tell you about how I got punched at the club. So we were at a rave at first, and we brought hinge dates that night, and then I wasn't really feeling my date, so we came up with the excuse of my stomach hurts and I'm just gonna go home. And then he's like, okay, I'll Uber home. Hopefully I see you again. And then at that point, we were just kind of over the rave, so where the rave is, the venue, it's right upstairs, and then the club is right there. So we just walk down the stairs, go to the club, whatever, and at this point of my life, I was on a break with my boyfriend at the time, so every weekend, every chance I got, I was at the club. So I obviously thought this was just going to be another fun weekend with the girls clubbing, but boy was I wrong, because this experience, after this happened, I did not go clubbing or go out for like a good year. Like, it was only until this month I was able to go back to that club with no problem, because just like the thought of going back to the club before gave me like such bad anxiety. I think just like going out in general made me just not want to go out, because I was a little hermit for a year. And I swear to God, at this time I had just gone blonde, and I noticed like whenever I go back to blonde, I feel like everyone just hates me, or I get treated worse, because whenever I had my natural dark hair, I feel like people are a lot more friendlier to me. So I don't get what it is with me being blonde that gets me into these situations. So we walk in the club, and at that point I really need to use the bathroom. We all need to use the bathroom, so we get in, we walk to the bathroom, and I don't even know how to explain how this happened. So the bathroom, like, there's a wall here, like pretend this is a wall, and then you cut a corner and then go down a little bit more, and then the bathroom door is there. So pretend this is me. I'm walking, me and my friends are walking, and then when we turn here, like the wall is right here, I turn backwards, and because I'm talking to my friends, I turn backwards, so I'm walking backwards, right? And like I said, I was walking backwards because I was talking to my friend. So here's me walking backwards, and then there's a girl right here. So I'm walking backwards, and obviously I'm backwards, so I don't see anyone. So I accidentally step on this girl's foot, and right when I step on this girl's foot, I just feel like this super hard push, and I was just like, and then I turn around and I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, I did not see you there. And this girl, I don't know how, I'm 5'3", and this girl is tiny, like, I don't know, maybe 5 foot or something, but she was obviously shorter than me, and I wasn't wearing high-heeled boots. My boots are flat, so it's like, okay, this girl is tiny. So I'm saying sorry to this girl because she seemed so pressed about the fact that I accidentally stepped on her foot while I literally couldn't even see her. I mean, I don't have eyes in the back of my head, and I just keep saying sorry to this girl, and she's just like leaning against the wall, like with her arms crossed, and not even making eye contact with me. And at this point, I'm pretty drunk, and I don't know if anyone can relate to this, but when I'm drunk, I have no problem with being a little bit confrontational, or I'm just not scared to say how I feel. So I start getting a little, not like defensive, but I just start being a little bit more firm, because I'm done being nice, because being nice is not working with this girl. I'm just like, I said I was sorry. Like, okay, I don't think I said it like that. It was more of like I said I was sorry. And then my friend stands in between us, because she can see I'm getting a little bit heated, because drunk me is like, why the fuck is she not answering my apology? Like, we're supposed to be girls. We're not supposed to be fighting like this, especially at the club. So finally she's just like, we're good, it's good, we're good. And then she goes to dab me up, and I was just kind of confused because a girl's never asked to dab me up before. And I was like, okay, we're good. And I kind of should have known not to like mess with this girl because like I'm not gonna judge what anyone wears, whatever. They can wear what they want, whatever makes you happy. But I was wearing a cute mini dress from Outcast, looking cute, and this girl was like wearing jeans, some sneakers, and an ugly green top. I'm like, girl, we're at the club. Why aren't you looking cute? And like her hair wasn't done. She didn't have like makeup on, so she just looked a little bit more rough around the edges, and I should know, don't mess with her. After she goes to the bathroom, whatever, I turn to my friends and we're just debriefing about what happened because I was like, that was so unnecessary to do all that. After I apologized like 100 times, like, what the fuck was that? And we were just talking about the situation, right? So the door opens, she comes out, and I just see her going at me, and she was like, I heard what you said about me, and just straight punches me in the nose. And if you don't know already, I have a nose job, and I am very protective over this nose. I mean, it was $16,000. So when she punches me, I just remember, I'm just not gonna stand there and be all like, oh my gosh, stop punching me. So my instincts kicked in. I grab her hair, and then I just remember us both grabbing each other's hair and me like just trying to get a punching because I literally don't know what to do. I've never gotten into a fight, nor have I even been in a situation where this would happen. And the whole thing was such a blur. Like the only thing I really remember was like we were calling out for security, whatever, and then she just ran off. And I go like this in my nose, and I look down and there's a bunch of red, so I start sobbing. I'm like hysterical because I'm like, my nose job, my nose job. And like I still can't believe this happened to me. So we go into the bathroom and just wipe up my nose, get me like presentable and like calm me down. But I was just like in fight or flight mode. So after I wipe my nose, we run outside, and then we're just like looking to see if she's outside, whatever. But this girl disappeared. So I hate to be that person, but I called 911 because it's like I don't know what to do. Like I just got like assaulted and the perpetrator ran off. So the cops come. I think I like pushed charges. I don't know how it works, but cops came, and then they still haven't found the girl. But if they did, I had to get to my plastic surgeon the next day, and I was like, if my nose is broken, this girl is gonna pay for the surgery to fix it because, girl, you can't punch a $16,000 nose and prepare to get away with it. That's crazy. And after it happened, I wasn't even mad at the fact that she punched me. I was just more mad about the fact that is so, like, do you not have manners? Like, who raised you? Like, and we're girls. Girls don't do this. So I was just baffled. I was like, I would never punch a girl. Like, it's just rude. I think I was just more pissed about the fact that it's rude. Like, you don't hit people.
Curl my hair with me while I'll tell y'all some things that I got away with in high school. Just a disclaimer, I'm not proud of really any of these things that I'm about to say. I'm honestly ashamed of a lot of the things that I used to do and didn't see anything wrong with them in the moment back then. So this video is really just to shed light on honestly like a troubled teen because my parents were going through a very god awful divorce at the time. So I was just acting out and it was a lot easier to get away with things. So I just started doing stupid crap. The first thing I did that I really have like memory of that was just ridiculous is my freshman homecoming. My group that I was in, we rented a Hummer. Our parents would not let us rent a bus. Obviously, reasons for that. And I got a makeup remover bottle and I cleaned it out really good and I filled it with some rip-off, like fake liquor stuff from a gas station. And I took it on the Hummer limo thing and I got fucked up. I was the only one drinking that I remember. I think I was the only one drinking, and that was kind of like the start of my troubled teen years. Just so y'all can have a little bit of back information, I had a fake ID when I was 14. My brother and his friends placed an order for some whatever. All that stuff's so bad. It's illegal. It's awful. But I just went ahead and got one because, like, why not? Like, I want to be cool and fit in. So the next, like, ridiculous thing that happened, this is when my brother started getting a little bit involved and we both started acting out. But we thought it'd be a great idea to throw a Halloween party at my dad's land that he had just bought. Me and my brother were living with him full time at this time, and he had never been a single parent, so he just like simply didn't know how to parent us and like the things to look out for. And we had never done anything bad, crazy. Like, we'd always been really good kids as long as him and my mom were together, like under the same roof. So we had a Halloween party. Of course, like, we ended up getting all kinds of alcohol and substances that we shouldn't have had out there. And all of our friends brought stuff too. My dad found out about it. A lot of the kids' parents came and got them because my dad contacted some of them. So he thought he got rid of everything. He thought he called all the parents he needed to. He ended up letting us continue having the party because he thought he had got rid of everything. But really, we had hid almost 99% of the stuff that we had brought in a field. We acted like out of 50, 60 people that we only had like a few bottles of liquor, when really we had just an abundance of stuff hidden in a field. So yeah, that was really bad. Shortly after that Halloween party and everything, my mom got a house in the town that we live in, and me and my brother ended up moving in with her and living with her full time. And that's whenever we started really, really showing out and doing crazy stuff, because she also had I guess they just really didn't think we were capable of the things that we were doing. So it was so easy to get away with things because they trusted us. And that's so sad. Like, my parents are aware of all of this stuff now, but again, I'm just shedding light. So I remember I would not go to school and I would just go to one of my friends' houses because my parents never tracked my location or anything. I mean, they have 5 kids. Like, they were not worried about where we were at. If we were supposed to be at school, that's just where they thought that we were. So I would like hide in the back of my friend's car whenever she would leave after first period. Actually, I would not even go into my first period, and I would just sit in her car and wait on her to get out, and then I'd hide whenever she pulled out. So I did that all the time until my mom got a letter in the mail one time requesting a meeting with the school because I had missed X amount of days, and she was like, "What? How have you missed like almost every day this semester? Like, where have you been? Haven't you been at school? Like, so-and-so comes and picks you up. Like, where are you going once you're supposed to be going to school?" I was like, "I don't know. That's crazy. That's crazy." So I started having to go to school because I didn't want my freaking mother to get in trouble for the stupid crap I was doing. And this is when she started, like, really realizing, like, dang, you're, like, acting out. You're doing this stuff. Like, I gotta basically keep an eye on you better. So then I had to start sharing my location with her, which everyone knows how easy it is to, like, turn off your location and stuff like that and leave it at a certain place. So my friend would still try to sneak me out of school and stuff, but a lot of the teachers were more aware of what I had been doing. So there were so many times that I just didn't want to go to school like normal, I guess you could say. So my friend would take me to the gas station before school. We would leave, like, my house like an hour early, and we would go get a 15 rack of natties, and we would just chug them before we went into school. Yeah, I was in like 9th and 10th grade whenever I would do stupid crap like that. Then Corona hit, and thankfully I got to go online and do my classes. Another insane thing that I used to get away with is I would go to our hometown bar with my fake ID whenever I was like 15 and 16. Like, I wasn't even 18, and I was going into the bars and getting blackout. Like, I have no memory of so many nights, but there's a good bit of nights that I remember just being in bad situations, crazy things happening. I got banned from the bar like 2 different times, all before I'm 18. Like, I'm still literally a child that's getting away with this stuff. Like, how does that happen? My friend group in high school, I loved them so much, and they were all so much fun to hang out with. So whenever we would hang out, I would always just go in the gas station and get me like a Four Loko or some bull crap, and then we would go roller skating or bowling or to the freaking football games, and I was always just like fucked up. And like, I never got in trouble. Like, how? Like, how? And I threw so many parties in high school, and I went to so many parties, and like, I never got arrested. And any party that me or my brother ever threw, the cops always ended up showing up, and I never got arrested, which absolutely blows my mind. But I know why I didn't get arrested, because I was respectful and always owned up to my actions when everyone else would go run and hide and try to get away with what they did. I always took accountability, and I think that's why the cops never arrested me. My like bestest friend in high school, she was a year older than me, and she was kind of in the same boat I was in. Like, it was just really easy to get away with things, because this sounds so bad saying out loud, but like, whenever you have like your family's trust, like your parents, like, they trust you until they catch you doing something you shouldn't be doing, and then that makes them lose their trust. So I guess we were just really good at hiding stuff and not getting caught. I really think that's how we got away with so many things, because I know her guardians, my guardians, like, they would have beat us bloody with sticks if they would have found out about these things at the time that we were doing. So me and this girl, we're actually still friends. She lives in a different city now, but me and her were like the same person in high school. So it was like, we just clicked, and everything I wanted to do, she wanted to do. So we were so crazy. There's things that I can never even say out loud that we used to do. But she had friends from a different school, and one of these friends would throw these crazy parties. So for like a whole entire summer in high school, that's what we were doing, like, all summer, was going to these parties, okay? So I remember the first time my mom found out that like I was being a party rager. I was at one of these parties with my friend, and I could not find her anywhere. I was way too messed up. She obviously was too, because I found out that she had left, and her phone was at the place. She had left it on this table, and everyone was calling it, trying to find out where she was. We couldn't find her. And there was a lot more guys there than there were girls. So I was getting scared, honestly, because these people were so much older than me, and I was so messed up. Like, I was like needing to puke my guts up, and I was embarrassed because I didn't know who to go to there. Like, that was my bestie, like the one that I stuck by through the parties, you know? You always have like that one person that like you're with, you know what I mean? So I was like freaking out. Like, I think I was literally having a panic attack. And I remember just running down the drive once I found out, like, it clicked that there was no one here that I could go to, like, for help, really. Like, I needed help. I needed to get out of there. And there was no one there that could have done that for me. So I had to call my mom. And I just remember running down this long driveway. Y'all are going to have to go to part 2. I'm sorry.
Let me tell you the story of how I found out my ex of 7 years was cheating on me. It's actually so funny. Like, it's funny now. Like, it's actually hilarious. So, let me tell you. So, it was the night before Valentine's Day. No, I lied. The week. It was the week before Valentine's Day. And basically, we were in my room watching a movie, and I get a DM on Instagram from an old coworker. And not only was she my coworker, in the past we went to grade school together, so I've known her like my whole life. and she DMs me and she asks me, hey, like, are you and I'm gonna call him Pablo. Are you and Pablo still together? Not Pablo, that makes me think of Pablo Escobar. Anyways, are you and Pablo still together? And I was like, yes, like, why are you asking me that? And at this point, when I read the message, I fucking knew. Like, my heart sank to my ass, and I was like, oh my god, I'm getting the hey girl text, like, fuck. So I tell her yes, and she's like, well, I don't know what kind of relationship you guys are like in, but I just thought I should tell you that I saw his profile on Hinge. And I was like, at this point, I didn't even know what Hinge was because I was in a 7-year committed relationship. I had only heard of like Tinder and like Bumble at that point because those were like super popular. But anyways, I Google it and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, that's a dating app. It's a motherfucking dating app. What the fuck? And so I DM her right away and I'm like, what? Like, I didn't even have to ask. She just sent me his profile. Well thought out, funny little captions. If you've seen Hinge, it's like Instagram dating app. Like, you have to caption each photo and like it's like corny ass shit. And some of the photos I took. I was like, what the fuck? So I'm looking, and yeah, it was him. So I'm like in shock, like disbelief. Like, I was literally fuming at this point. I turn off the TV, I confront him about it, and I'm like, why the fuck is somebody telling me that you're on dating apps? And he automatically denies it. He's like, no, like, I've never done that. I don't know what you're talking about. This, and that. And I'm like, okay, bullshit. I was like, listen, I'm breaking up with you. The least you can do is just tell me the fucking truth. Just tell me the truth. Like, this is it. Like, we're done. Tell me the fucking truth. And so finally, he snaps out of it and he's like, okay, yes, it was one time. Like, it was just one app. Nothing ever came from it. Yada, yada, yada. Fucking bullshit. I don't care. And I remember telling him, I was like, okay, what app was it? This motherfucker says Tinder, bro. And at that point, I was actually disgusted because Tinder is like known for like hookups and like all of that. You know, Tinder doesn't have the best rep. No shade though, no shade. You're on Tinder, do you. But yeah, so he said that and I was like, oh, that's when it really got me. I was like, you're fucking lying. Like, that's fucking disgusting. Get the fuck out. And yeah, that's how I found out my ex of 7 years cheated on me. And yeah, I ended it right then and there, never looked back, and I haven't since. So yeah, this is your sign to know your worth, and don't let a man show you time and time again that they don't deserve you. Just leave. Walk away. Walk away when something is presented to you, because I promise you, if you let it slide once, it's gonna keep happening. So yeah, best decision I could have ever made. It sucked in the moment, but now I get to do story times about it.
I just feel the need to tell you guys about this guy. He's probably the most psycho guy I've ever met in my whole life. I didn't talk to him for a long time, but the things that he did between me and 2 other girls, oh my god, insane. This guy literally needs to be sent to like an asylum. He's not okay. So let me tell you guys a story because it's actually funny. Like, it's kind of fucking hilarious. So sit back, put this in 2x if it's too long, and let me spill the tea. So basically, me and this guy talked from like the end of September until like the beginning of December. So we met at the end of September at some like club. And when I met him, he was like, yeah, I'm 18. And I was like, oh, same, period, slay. But he was 2 grades younger, but like we were the same age. But that's like usually how it is because I'm like very, very, very young for my grade. But I was like, okay, we're the same age, cool, slime. So that was good. It was a really fun night. Like, he was really easy to talk to. And the reason I met him was because my friend was like kind of talking to his friend. So it was kind of like by default, but like it was good. Like, he was cool. Like, I had no problem. So me and my friend were actually visiting like a college town, so we got a hotel room for the night. It was a super nice hotel like down the street from where we went out, and it was just easier because I don't know, we didn't really want to stay with anyone. So the boy and his friend ended up coming back to our hotel and sleeping there, and it was a lot of fun. Like, we had a really good time, the four of us. Like, it was really fun, but I didn't like him. Like, it was just a good time, you know what I mean? So like, nothing serious, but like, yes, I did get with him. Like, obviously, I feel like, you know, I didn't really have to say it. So then obviously he asks for my Snapchat, and we like kind of snap after. We don't snap too much, but you know, enough. But again, I didn't like him. It was just fun. Like, I didn't care. He would always be like, I really want to see you again. Like, you guys should come back, yada, yada, yada. So me and my friend planned to go back, like, I think 2 weeks later. And we got the room again, and they met us there. So basically it was me, the guy I was talking to, his friend, and my friend. It's like the four of us, and then their other friend and his girlfriend. So we all went together. So we get there, and the girls had to go to the bathroom. So it was me, my friend, and then the other kid's girlfriend. So she came with us, and we were waiting online. For the sake of this video, I'm not gonna say his name because I'm kind. So we're just gonna call him Snake. But anyway, we're waiting online, and the kid's girlfriend said to me, he was like, oh, like, did you know Snake has a girlfriend? And I was like, no, he doesn't. Like, what? And she was like, yeah, he does. Like, they cheat on each other all the time. And I was like, what? I was like, that's not right. Like, that's not right. I was like, are you sure? And she was like, I mean, I think, like, maybe they broke up. I don't know. So I stormed out of the bathroom. I was so mad. So the kid I was talking to, Snake, ends up finding me, and he was like, what happened? And I told him, I was like, you have a girlfriend, like, the fuck? And he was like, no, I don't, like, I swear, like, I don't know what that girl's saying. He's like, I had a girlfriend in the summer, but we broke up. Like, she doesn't know anything. Like, she's just my friend's girlfriend. Like, she doesn't know anything. And I was like, okay. He literally, I don't know how he did it, but somehow he, like, proved to me that he didn't have a girlfriend. He, like, showed me his Snapchat. He showed me his camera roll. Like, literally, he proved it to me. So I was like, okay, like, he's not lying. Like, that was enough proof for me. So anyway, the rest of the night was really fun. They slept at our hotel again, and then whatever. So after this night, I didn't see him for a while because he plays hockey. So he was going away to tournaments, and he told me that he was staying with like his family, friends, whatever. Keep that in mind, by the way. So he would travel like 2 hours every weekend for his hockey tournaments and stay with like family, friends, or like whatever. And this was for like 3 or 4 weeks straight. So, like, I didn't see him. But again, I didn't care because I didn't like him like that. Like, I didn't have feelings for him. It was just, like, I don't know. I, like, had fun. So it ended up being, like, so long without me seeing him. Like I said, 3 or 4 weeks. And it was just, like, annoying. And I don't like Snapchatting and, like, talking to people, like, over, like, the phone if I, like, know, like, I'm never gonna see them. So I kind of was just planning to, like, cut him off. And then when he was done with hockey, like, after those few weeks, he, like, still would bail on plans. And, like, it was just so annoying. So I was like, I'm leaving him on open. Like, I'm not talking to him anymore. Like, I don't really care, you know? And then after I left him on open, that's when he started making the effort. Okay? This is when he starts FaceTiming me, asking me to hang out more, actually showing up to the plan, liking all my videos, sending me TikToks, all that. Long story short, we ended up, like, talking seriously. Like, I gave him the shot, whatever. And I wouldn't say I liked him. It was just good attention. And I liked that he liked me. Because I went through a really big heartbreak in the summer, and it was, like, the first guy that, like, I don't know, that I guess I was comfortable with. But you know what I mean. It was, like, a little situationship. But he would, like, say, like, we're together, and, like, he really likes me. Like, I met his mom, he met my parents. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it felt like we were gonna date, even though I wasn't gonna date him. He just doesn't know that. I really wasn't gonna date him, like, at all. Anyway, all that fun stuff. Brought me flowers for my birthday. Kept sending the TikToks. Doing all that. Okay, and then one weekend, he starts acting really fucking weird. And I'm just like, what? Like, usually after, on the weekends when we don't see each other. Because, like, we live, like, an hour away. So most weekends we wouldn't see each other. And I was, like, out with my friends, and he was out with his friends. And I started FaceTiming him after I went out. This was, like, 3 a.m, but I knew he was awake because I was Snapchatting him, and he just kept declining my calls, and I was just like, bro, what the fuck? And my drunk ass just kept calling him like 4 times. So eventually he didn't answer, and I was like, bro, what? And he was like, I'm going to sleep, like, we're really tired, like, I have to be up early. So I was like, okay, fuck you. And I almost went to another guy's house that night. I fucking should have, okay? Fucking should have. But I didn't. And then later that week, because this was on the weekend, he just starts, like, leaving me undelivered for, like, hours on end and, like, being so immature and fucking obnoxious. So I texted him. I was like, okay, what's the problem? Because I'm not doing this petty shit. Like, you're not gonna just leave me undelivered all day and then, like, not say anything. Like, if something's wrong, just say it. At first, he was like, no, nothing's wrong. And then I was like, okay, I'm not gonna ask again. What's the problem? And he was just like, I really like you. I'm just busy with hockey and and I have to work and blah, blah. But like, I really still want to talk to you because I really like you. But I just can't talk as much and hang out as much. So as long as you're okay with not talking as much, like we can still talk. I was like, hell no. I was literally like, there's no fucking way no. I was like, I'm not settling for half-ass bullshit. So I was like, no. I unadded him. I was like, no. Because I have self-respect. Like, I'm not, no. And then a few days later, I get a DM from some girl. But I recognized her name because this is the kid's ex-girlfriend. And like, I've obviously heard her name before. So I was like, oh my God, she's about to yell at me or something. Like, I fully thought she was gonna like tell me off or something for some reason. Like, I was worried he like went and told her, like, I don't know. She was literally so sweet, like so sweet. She just basically told me like, girl, like he's crazy. Like he was trying to like text me and talk shit about you. Like I would never let him do that. Like she was such a girl's girl, like so sweet. And she ended up adding me on Snap and we started talking about everything. And I found out they were in fact dating for the first like month or two of us talking and hooking up. But obviously I had no idea. Like he actually must have deleted everything of her. Like everything. He must have cleared their conversation. Like he really proved it to me. And he was like in public with me. So you know what I mean? Like I was like, he wouldn't do that, you know? So yeah, they actually were dating though. And she was like, I don't know how he covered it up, but he's crazy. So, and then she was telling me all this stuff about how he would make fake private stories and like just add her to it and like post like happy 21st Shay, like about me. And I'm literally 18 at the time. Okay, he was pretending that I was 21 years old to make his ex-girlfriend jealous because they did end up breaking up like around like October, like Halloween kind of. But like she sent me all the texts, like he was like texting her like the whole time that me and him were talking. He would be like, I miss you, like it's not the same, like literally all this fucking bullshit. And honestly, I wasn't that surprised. Like I wasn't. It was just like fucking annoying that I wasted my time and energy on this fucking human because he's literally fucking crazy. And now listen, so me and the girl, like we became like this, like me and her, we talk all the time. Like she's so fucking cool, we talk shit. He started fucking harassing her, like this is recently, okay? I don't speak to him anymore, like no. But she blocked him on everything too. And he like will make fake numbers and text her new boyfriend and just be fucking crazy. I catch him liking my TikTok sometimes. He doesn't follow me. Like he does little weird things like that. But he literally was harassing her for, this is recently, like within the last couple of weeks. And he has a new girlfriend, okay? So me and like the ex-girlfriend were like, we're gonna text this girl. Like she deserves to know what kind of person he is. Like, we're gonna look out for her because we don't want the same thing to happen to her. And we reached out to her and she was super, super nice. I don't really know where she's gonna go from here, but we tried. We told her everything that happened to us. But yeah, he's literally crazy. Like, the fuck? And I feel like there's so much more. Like, I know he comes from like a really crazy family. Like, his parents are fucking crazy apparently. And yeah, and he lied to me about so much. Like, he was really a year younger than he said he was. That's a first. I forgot about that. He made up this whole story about like his dad, like when growing up, like this whole fucking story. He like told me, his ex, and the girl he's with now, he told all of us that we were the first girls at his house. Like, he's just fucking crazy, and bro was literally living a million lives. Oh, and one more thing. Remember when I told you he went to hockey tournaments and said he was staying with family friends? Well, he was really going and staying with his girlfriend. And when he was staying with me at the hotels, he would tell his girlfriend that he was staying with like his friends. His friends rented out rooms for fun. Like, how did we not, like, how, I had a fucking feeling though, when he was going to those hockey tournaments, I had a feeling that he was going to stay with some girl. And I knew it, and I'm always right, so, yeah. But anyway, this boy's done for, like, he's so weird. I just had to tell you guys that story. I love you guys.
Have you ever heard about parents hiring kidnappers and sending their kids off to those crazy wilderness camps? Like the ones in the middle of the woods where kids go and live with strangers for months with no shelter? Yeah, well, I was sent to one. Don't believe me? Here's the receipts. Yeah, so I was sent to Blue Ridge Wilderness Therapy for 4 months. I felt like it was time to finally do a story time on this because it's such a huge part of my life and not enough people understand it. I feel like these experiences are not talked about enough, and it changed my life forever. So let me tell you how it happened to me. I was 14 years old. I wasn't failing school. I wasn't doing drugs. I was just misunderstood. I had big emotions, but I wasn't dangerous. And this was a time in my life where my dad had just become a single father,
and he didn't know how to fix me. It was 5 a.m. on the day after Valentine's Day, and I had heard my door open. I was half asleep in my bed, and all of a sudden, this man and woman that I had never seen before walked into my room looking scary as all get out. There was no knocking, no warning, just get up, do you have clothes on, you're coming with us. I had no idea what was going on. I was frozen, I didn't scream, I didn't fight, and out of pure fear, I just did what they said. Next thing I know, I'm locking arms with them and being escorted out of my house. As they were walking out of my house, I passed every single one of my siblings' room and my dad's room, and everyone was asleep peacefully. And there I was on the verge of literally exploding. But I stayed silent, I swallowed my tears, and I swallowed my screams. They had a black truck waiting outside for me, and I was shoved into it by the woman. She looked at me for a second, and she asked the guy who was driving, should we let her say goodbye? And he said, no, we're running late. I had already heard stories about this happening to people before, so I knew it was in my best interest to not try and fight the scary people. I looked at the GPS and it said Clayton, Georgia, ETA like 2:40 something p.m. and it was over 400 miles away from my home. That was the moment I realized I wasn't just going somewhere for the day and I wouldn't be home for a long time. Maybe not ever. The smell in that car was horrible. It smelled like rotten mangoes and old smoke. He played 90s indie rock the entire ride, and he stopped 3 times for cigarette breaks. He had dreadlocks, glasses, and maybe 5 teeth in his entire mouth. The woman was bigger, and she was covered in tattoos with long black hair and, like, gray gums. I thought of at least 1,000 ways, like, that I could escape. The thoughts going through my head on that drive, if a therapist would have heard them, they would have gotten me committed. I literally felt like I had been ripped out of my life, like my soul had just left my body. No one told me where I was going, no one said how long I'd be gone, and I wasn't dangerous. Like I said, I wasn't failing school, I was just emotional. I was a kid in pain, and I was being shipped off to the woods like a criminal. It was the longest and the most miserable car ride of my entire life. I cried for half the trip, and I slept for half the trip. When we finally got there, they drove me deep into the woods, like no service, gravel road, deliverance type woods. I even tried memorizing the road so I could escape, but I had no idea what I was really in for. They dropped me off at the base, and the first thing that they said to me was, can you please stop crying for a second so we can get your picture? Hello? And I believe the follow-up statement after that was something like, I hope you're in good shape. And they were not exaggerating. Because tell me why we hiked miles every single day through rain, snow, we had blisters, no showers, no real bathrooms. It was just you, the forest, a tarp, and a shovel. We slept under blue tarps tied between trees, and we ate lentils, rice, we had no sugar, absolutely no comfort whatsoever, like not from the outside world. Oh, and if you didn't make a fire with a bow drill, just look at what a bow drill is. You couldn't eat dinner. Like, we literally, if we did not bust a fire with a bow drill, we would not have supper. I learned really quick that if you didn't break, they would break you. So I learned to play along with the system. I was so desperate. Like, I needed to be with my siblings. I needed to see my dad. I thought that if I could just talk to him, I could maybe explain and convince him to take me home. But they wouldn't let you just talk to anyone. If you wanted to speak to your family, you had to write letters, and the staff read each and every one. So if it had bad information on it, they wouldn't let you send it. They would literally, like if you were talking about how sad you are or begging someone to come and get you, they would literally just throw the whole thing away, and they wouldn't even tell you. We weren't allowed to know the time, the weather, the day, anything. We couldn't have mirrors or anything resembling a sharp object. My first night there was by far one of the worst ones. Mind you, I arrived in the dead of winter. So it was like 18 degrees outside, and I had no shelter. I wasn't allowed to sit with a group because I was the newest intake. And so everyone was sitting at the fire, and I was sitting at a tree like 5 yards away from the entire group, and they literally just stared at me while I was curled up in a ball, trying to keep myself warm and bawling my eyes out. They brought me dinner and I didn't eat it, and when it was time for bear hang, which look that up too, I had to clean my bowl, and whenever I thought I couldn't break anymore, well, I was wrong. I had to clean it with leaves and creek water into a sump by a tree. And I don't know why, but that was the moment that I think I thought I had hit my rock bottom. No, that was the moment I hit my rock bottom. That was also the moment that I realized that this was not camp, this was survival. Stay tuned for part 2. If you are a victim of wilderness therapy and need to talk to someone, my DMs are always open. I love y'all.